Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, Jam and Cheese, the constructor of today's puzzle, has previously featured on the channel, but you would need a very good memory to remember that, I think, because it was a year and a half ago. Simon did a puzzle by Jam and Cheese, but Jam and Cheese's wife, Annie, wrote to us to say that his birthday, his 40th birthday is coming up, and she hasn't got him anything yet, and it would be great if we could do a puzzle on the channel as a present. So I don't know exactly when the birthday is, but happy birthday, Jam and Cheese. I'm going to attempt your modulus operandi today, which is a very good name for a puzzle. I like a Latin pun that I haven't seen before. We will have a look at that in a moment. Now, there's been some fascinating things. Simon put up a video today of him comparing the puzzle he did yesterday and how two different AI engines would approach it, and whether he could give prompts to either of those engines to do the difficult part, especially in a human-like solving manner. And one of them did quite well. It's a really interesting video. AI is a really fascinating area. It's been absolutely thrilling to work with Cleon Jones and Sakana over the last 6 months, and hopefully, I really do believe, I don't know about the claims that AI can solve energy or fix all diseases, and I really sincerely hope that it can do a lot of good like that. But if we can help it develop by teaching it how humans can see through some of the marvelous tricks in variant Sudoku, why wouldn't we do that? Why wouldn't we do that? I'd love to help. And it's a really interesting video by Simon. I do commend it to your attention if you're interested in science. There, I said it. Now, what else is going on? Oh, actually, Simon also mentioned to me yesterday that quite a lot of my videos lately have had a button ticked on them, not by me, by bloomin' YouTube, putting in automatic ads as well as the ones that we place. And I want to, if you have been plagued by watching my videos recently with far too many adverts, like we try and put in an advert every 8 or 9 minutes or something, because we want you to get a decent run of looking at the puzzles as we solve them. And if it's been interrupted a lot more than that when you've been watching my videos lately, I apologize. This control has been something I didn't know had changed at about somewhere around the end of March. And I've gone back and tried to correct it on all of those videos. I don't think it applied immediately. I haven't seen a lot of complaints, and I think if you're watching within the first 24 hours of the puzzles being posted, that hadn't come in. So hopefully people won't have been too affected, but anybody who was watching my video output for the last month will have been. And yeah, I didn't know it was happening, and it should be fixed now. So just wanted to say that. And of course, don't forget that on Patreon, we've got the Yin Yang Hunt coming out by Itrio on the 1st of the month. We've got all sorts of other things going on. We've got crossword and connections videos on Patreon. We've got all of our apps, including Line Sudoku and Killer Sudoku. And of course, Fog of War Sudoku. We've got our merch, including the t-shirt, the 2025 t-shirt, and SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD, which is great software. Do check them all out. Links under the video. First one, though, is to Jam and Cheese's puzzle, modulus operandi, which features the following rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. A clue outside the grid gives the sum of digits along the indicated diagonal. So down this one, we've got to add to 25. We could have repeat digits. Any sequence of 3 digits along a line must contain a complete set of residues modulo 3. That means 1 digit from the set 147, 1 from 258, and 1 from 369. And the way I look at this is divide your keypad into 3 vertical strips, and you need 1 from each in every 3 cells along one of these Lines, are they teal? They might be. Digits on lines can repeat as they can on those diagonals. That's it. Very simple pair of rules. Modular lines and little killer. I am going to take this on, see how we get on with some German cheese. Let's start now. Let's get cracking. Okay, so 6 diagonal is the digits 1, 2, 3. And that is an effective modular line right there. I mean, I could... oops, if I click the right button, I could theoretically draw in. It's not really the right colour, is it? Nor is green. And who cares? I'm only doing it for show. Anyway, that's an 8. I can do that. And the 14 pair now is not 8, 6. It's 9, 5. But I suspect I'm not going to be able to do a vast amount else. 6 has either a 1, 5 or a 2, 4 pair, and those are different modular sets. Ah, actually that's quite interesting. This is a good place to go. Right, let's assign colours. I don't know that we have standard colours for the modular sets. I'm going to choose yellow for the 2, 5, 8 group because it's kind of middly. Then let's have blue and red, and we'll have red for 1, 4, 7 and blue for 3, 6, 9. So here we've got a blue and a yellow. Now, the reason I want to do the colours now down here is because this is either 1, 5 or 2, 4. And in my colour scheme that I've just designated, that's a red-yellow pair. And the third cell on the line, therefore, is going to be blue, because you need a blue to go with red and yellow. And then the thing you know about these sort of modular lines, it applies to entropic lines and any other sets where you have every 3 digits must contain 1 of each of something. Every third cell on from that blue is going to have to be blue again, because this is going to be a red-yellow pair. And then that is going to have to be blue to make that set of 3 red, yellow, blue, just as that set of 3 is red, yellow, blue. So we get another blue, and blue is from the 3, 6, 9 set. So I can actually pencil mark those digits in there. We're either adding 9 plus 6 plus 5 makes 20, or 9 plus 3 plus 8. Oh, so 5 or 8, that is a yellow digit. Yes, I mean, I think the way that entropic lines, modular lines work, I mustn't try and mix up the line titles, is that if in a sum of a certain digit, there is 1 digit left outstanding, if you have sort of red, blue, red, yellow and 1 digit, and you know the total sum, you will always be able to calculate the colour of that digit. I mean, we'll demonstrate that as we go along. Anyway, every 3 cells away from yellow is another yellow. And that is here, and also, no, that's it, is it? Are these 3 all red? No, I've got my count wrong, sorry. That is not yellow. This is 3 steps away from yellow, so that's yellow. These ones are all red. The beginning and the end of the line and the middle are 3 steps away from each other. So we've got all the reds in this box. These 2 remaining cells are 1 blue and 1 yellow. And that one repeats on its own line. I don't know whether it's blue or yellow yet, but it does repeat. It's going to appear twice in this 14 clue. Okay, this 19 sum has 2 reds in it. Let's imagine that they were 1 and 4. Well, no, let's imagine they were 1 and 7. That's a sort of fairly middly area. Then these 2 would have to add up to 11. And they could be 3, 8, 9, 2, 4, 7 or 5, 6. They're either blue and yellow or double red. Well, that digit is blue and yellow, blue or yellow, so it's not double red. So that one is blue or yellow as well. And now we know this must be red because we've got blue, yellow there. So that's red. This is red. This is blue or yellow. I mean, I'm doing very well so far by considering blue, yellow as a fungible pair. And that's red. And now on this line, now these two are the same. I don't know whether it's blue or yellow, but they're 3 apart on the line. So they're the same as each other. These two are both red. Let's say they were, well, let's say they were very low. 1 and 4 is 5. Let's say these two, which are the same, were 2 yellows. And I'm going to imagine 2 and 2. Then that would be another yellow. If these two were blues, what would they be? 3 and 6, say, or 3 and 3. 1, 4, 3 and 3 is 8, 11. This would be another one. So these 3 are all the same modular set. Okay, I'm going to now invent a letter code. I'm going to call them, oh, that didn't work. Sorry, hitting the wrong button. Right, I'm going to call them A. I don't know whether they're blue or yellow, but they're one of them. If my maths is right, I'm just going to check it one more time. That could be 1 and 4 is 5. Yeah, these could be 3 3s or 2 2 5, say. Yeah, okay. So they're A's. These are B's. And they do appear every 3 on the line. That's good. This is actually another A, because it's not B. Okay. This may not be a great way to approach the puzzle. These include a red because they're 3 different ones, so that's blue or yellow. And since these will include an A and a B, that is an A. The third A in the box. Now, these two are 3 apart, so they're going to be the same. Right, I know the colour. They're not red, because that would put 4 reds in the row. They're not blue, because that would be 3 blues, and either A or B must be blue, and that would put 4 blues in the row. So these two are yellows. And these two are the same. They're 3 apart on the line, and they're not red, and they can't, because that would put 4 reds in the row, and they're not yellow, because that would put 4 yellows in the box. So they're blue. And now we know that A is not blue, because that would be 4 blues in the row. Perfect. So A is yellow, and B is blue. That's a very appropriate bit of nominative determinism. B stands for blue, so B has become blue. So now I'm going to get rid of all that corner marking because it's done its job, and we found out about blue and yellow. This digit is blue because I have failed to get rid of the corner marking rather spectacularly there. This is blue because there's 3 yellows in the box. Now, this is red on this line because we need red to make up the threesomes. This trio, first of all, this duo adds to 8, and it's got a 3 or a 6 there, can't be 9. This is 5 or 2, and that is a yellow. This trio, when you're adding to 15, which is a number divisible by 3, I think you either have to have 3 digits from the 3, 6, 9 set, or you have to have 1 of each colour. I don't know how to demonstrate that, but I think if you try, it's something we've discovered before, if you try making up 15 in this case, well, there's another number divisible by 3. And again, that could have been, if they were allowed in the box, 3 2s. Oh, that would be 3 from, okay. So in fact, I got the rule slightly wrong. This is either 3 of the same colour to be divisible by 3, or 1 each of each colour. And in this box, it can't be 3 yellows. And that is already yellow. So this is a red-blue pair, and that must be a red cell. I could have worked that out really simply by noticing 3 yellows in the box, 3 blues in the row. I didn't do it that way. I did it the hard way. Has CTC ever done something the hard way before? I wonder. just being mischievous. I know you think we do it all the time. Right, in this row we need a third blue. Now, one of these is yellow and one is red. One of these is yellow and one is red. I can't do those at the moment. So I need to move off these lines. Let's look at this. Oh, well, this is interesting. That is the same as that. And indeed that. Is that right? Every 3 steps along this line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Right, they're all the same colour. And they can't be red or yellow, or we'd have too many in the column. So they're all blue. Then this is a red-yellow pair. This is a red-yellow pair. This, these are the same as each other on this line. They can't be red or blue, they're yellow. This is red. Now I can alternate along this line every 3 steps. That's red, those 2 are yellow. It's very neatly done, this puzzle. As long as you approach it in the right order, I imagine. Right, that digit, 1, 2, or 3, is not yellow, so it's not 2. That's a bit of a thrilling conclusion, isn't it? I don't know that I can get more of this done. Up here, I don't know. Those 2 are going to be the same as each other. Right, let's look at this line. Those 2 are the same. I don't know quite where to go next. Maybe I should do numbers. Okay, let's try it. This 6 pair is a 2 or a 5 going with a 1 or a 4 in red. If that's a 5, that's an 8. And then we have 5, 1, 9, 8, 3 all done. This pair of reds includes a 7 and either 4 or 1. So they add up to 11 or 12. We've got another, not 11 or 12, sorry, 11 or 8. We've got another 8 or 11 to go on the line. That's not very helpful. I can't really do much with 15. It's such an averagey number. Oh, hang on. This is the same as that, and it's not yellow. Okay, that's interesting. It's not yellow because in row 6 we've already had 3 yellows. So this is red or blue. Now there is a yellow digit in one of these 2. Well, and in one of these 2. Yes, it's got to be here. That's yellow, and that gives a yellow there on the alternation principle. And now we've had the 3 yellows in this box. I don't know, I thought that was going to be interesting. These 2 are obviously from red or blue, and that's 1 of each. These remaining cells in the row are 1 of each, red and blue again. I don't know, should I plug away with numbers? Yes, I probably should. I probably should. Oh, well that is a 2, because the yellows we've had up here are 8 and 5. Right. So that's 5 or 8. That 2 is looking at that cell. The only 8 in this box, yeah, that one has been decided can't be 8 because it's on an 8 diagonal. That one can't be 8 because it's being looked at. So that's 8. This is the only place for 8 in box 9. These 2 digits are not 6, 3 because that adds up to the wrong number. They include a 9 and a 3. That doesn't resolve this pair. That is 2 or 5. The 8 in box 8 now is not in this row, so it's got to be there. And we've found the yellow digit. So this one is red. In row 8, this one is blue. 3 blues in a row, and that's red. That hasn't determined the blues and reds up above. That is a 2 or a 5, though, on the 15 sum. This is a 2-5 pair. Now, how's the 19 sum coming along? We have, oh yes, I looked at this. This pair either adds up to 11 or 8, so that pair does as well. This could be anything out of 3, 6, 9, and that could be anything out of 8, 5, 2. That is not helpful. How about the 14 pair? Right, these aren't, I was going to say they aren't both 5s, but they actually still could be. That would be a 2, and these extremes would be 1s. From the minimum on this line, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, we're going to increase, that would add up to 8. We're going to increase 2 of the digits by 3. Or one of them by 6, actually. Okay, I am going to have to look at this 15 sum. No, I'm not going to get anywhere from that. That's really annoying. How about the 25 sum? Is that any use? These two are from the 258 set. I don't think it is any use. Okay, well, we've done well to get this far. 7, 8 or 11 in these blue and yellow pairings. I don't know how to do it. Oh, we've got a 3-9 pair in this box, so that's where 6 goes in the corner. Suddenly blindingly obvious. This is 3 or 9 by Sudoku. And one of these two is a 6. I don't know how I'm going to tell which one. I don't know how I'm ever going to tell which one. Feels like there isn't enough number information in the puzzle as a whole, but I expect that's just me being a little bit wet behind the ears in some way. That digit, yeah, this is 2 or 5 because it's not 8. And this one sees both of those. So these two are definitely the same. Now, I'd love to say they couldn't be 5s. But I can't do it because, again, those could be 5s with a 2 there and a 1 there and a 1 there. And I don't see why that's impossible. I mean, it might be, but I don't see it. Oh, can I rule out 8 from here? No, because these two could add up to 11. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm barking around in the wrong place, I think. Those two are the same as each other. That's either going to complete reds or blues. This central row has 2 yellows, 2 blues, 2 reds in it. That doesn't eliminate any one colour at all. These two are a red-blue pair. Oh, I don't know. One of these completes 3 yellows in its row. That can't be yellow anyway. I'm going to mark that blue or red just because I can see that it must be. It would be really helpful for this to be yellow. It would be a 2. No, I'm not seeing what to do next. There's probably something very neat and sort of easier breakthrough. It's probably staring me in the face by now. 15. This 15. This 25 doesn't feel all that helpful. If that was a 9, we'd be looking at 9, 2, 3 minimum. That's 14. Another 2 there is 16. No, I don't like it. I don't know. I don't know where I'm meant to be getting the next bit of information from. It could be sort of Sudoku mark. Oh, look, this is an 8, isn't it? And that's on the 25 diagonal. That's just Sudoku. 8 there and 8 there. We need a yellow in one of these three. Right. Now, we'll come back to this diagonal. If that was a 9, would be on 17, even if we minimize the next couple, 19, 22, this would have to be a 1-2 pair in that case. But that is just possible. Okay, I don't know. These are from 369. Let's just do a bit of Sudoku. These two are the same digit. That might be interesting, actually. So let's add these two diagonals together. 39. And we're using 12 there, 8 there is 20, a 7 here, and a 1 at a minimum is 28. A 3 at a minimum is 31. That means 8 is the maximum here. And that can reduce by 3 if, well, maybe we couldn't now go 9, 3, 9. 12, 21, 29. Let's say 7 and 1 here. One of them must be a 7. That's 37. This would be a 2. So I'm literally unable to say what I wanted to say. There's a 5 X-wing between that pair and that pair. 5 must be in one of those two, and it must be in one of those two. That's using up the 5s for columns 1 and 2. So the 5 in column 3 is in this box. It can't be there because that sees all 3 yellows in the row. So 5's in one of those cells. This is not yellow. Now, is that interesting? Let's check the row again. 10, let's go with minimums, 13, 19. These add up to a maximum of 6. And if it's not 6, it's a number that is 3 removed from that. These either add up to 6 or 3. And they are therefore, it's given that this is red or blue, this one is red or blue as well, and the opposite. So we now have one of each in those two, one of each in those two. 2 in the box is definitely here. It's got to be. That's useful. This becomes 5. Here we go. This is a 2. That is on an 8 diagonal with a 6. Okay, this might have done something. That 5 is looking up at the 9 here. So that's become a 5. Okay. This is a 6 in the row. Not a 6, it's a 5. 2, 8, and 5 are the yellow numbers, I'm sorry. It's a 5. This is 2 or 8. We haven't got over to the... This is 2. This is on one of the diagonals. And that means this is 5 and this is 2. And that was not what I wanted. But this has become 8. Not what I wanted, because 5 would have sorted the rest of its diagonal. Oh, this is a 5. Now, let's look at this. These add up to 14. There is a 7 in one of those two. This can't be 9, or we'd be already over 21 without even selecting the second red. So that's 3. Here we go. Here we go. This is a 6-9 pair. Now, 3 plus 5 is 8. These two add up to 11. They're a 7-4 pair. That's a 1. That's 4 or 7. This diagonal does not have a 1 here. So the minimum for the other cells, 4, 2, 2, 1, that's 9. One of them can go up 3. And then this could come down 3 to a 2. Ah, where do we put 8 in the central column? Not there. In fact, that is seeing 8 and 5. That's a 2. Oh, that's going to sort out lots of things. We've now got a triple of the same digit there. That is 6. These two add up to 8. They could be a 4-4 pair. Maybe. Or that is 7 and this is 1. Now, this 15 diagonal is either 5, 3, 7 or 5, 9, 1. That's 1 or 7. Okay, quick look at the 25. We're on 16 in definite digits. That's it. That is the maximum they could be. 16 there. This has to be a 6 to get to 22. And this is, oh, it can't be a 1-2 pair. I've messed something up here. Oh, bother. It was where I said this was 1-2, so it was blue-red, and it was completely wrong, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm having to wind back miles now. Thank God for Sven software where I can do this. Right, it was at this point, and I said this was a red-blue pair, and I founded everything on that, and it's not. 8, 10, 13, 19. These do add up to 6 or 3. I was right about that. But that is not red and blue. It's either, well, it's either red and yellow, 1, 5 or 2, 4. Well, that's exactly what it is. This is red and yellow in some order. And have we worked out that there's not a 5 here? Yes, we have. This is not yellow. That must be where the yellow is. And I don't know if there's a yellow 5 in one of these two. No, there isn't. That was based on something else. This is 2 or 5, and this is red and is 1 or 4. And this can't be, oh, can that be 9? If that was 9, 2 there is the minimum. 19, 3, 1, 2. Okay, it can. But this is now different. We've got a 2-5 pair looking at that. Okay, I'm so sorry about doing this the wrong way around. This is what happens when you make a mistake. You have to find and unwind it, and that is sometimes a discipline in itself. Now, 5, 2. Let's see if, yes, this has become a 2, so that's now a 2-6 pair, I think it was before, but that's fine. That's 5, that's 2. Let's just try and finish off as much yellow as we can. That's a 2, that's a 5, that's a 2. These I don't know, 2 or 5, 5 or 8, and they're 5 or 8. Now, this diagonal needs 8 more. It could be a 4-4 or a 1-7. Let's try this diagonal. It is definitely not as fixed as it was before. The minima here are 5, 4, 1 is 10, and 3 is 13. And then 1 or 2 of those are going to increase by 3. This 15 needs either a 1 or a 7 there. Oh, so sorry about making a mistake. I really am. Oh, that 5 makes that a 1, right, because of the 6 sum. Now, that's 11 on this diagonal. These other two have to add to 8. Right, well, we know what they are. They're minimized. 3 there, 5 there. This is 9, that's 3. This diagonal, again, has 3 2s, a 6. And then it's either a pair of 4s or a 7 in that cell and a 1 in this one. And I can't do that anymore. I can't do this beyond what I've done. That 5 is looking up here at an 8. Okay, this is better. This is working more. Now, This can't be yellow because of the column. So there is a 5 in one of those two cells, and maybe that was acceptable before as a pencil mark, but never mind, I got here without it. Oh yes, this column, this diagonal, 10, 18. These two add up to 7. So that's a 1 or a 4. This is a 6 or a 3. Well, it can't be a 3 in the box. So that's a 6. And this is 1. And now this is a 9. That 1 is looking down here very helpfully at a 7. That's on the diagonal. 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 3 is 15. This is 4 or 7. This one hasn't been resolved by that. We've got a 1-4 pair left in box 7. These are both the same. If they were red, they're a 4-7. If they're, oh, look at 9. 9 needs a 9 in one of these cells, so they're both blue. Right, and they are 9 and 6. Now these other two cells on the line that are spaced 3 apart are both red. That one's a 4. This one is 4 or 7. 6, 9, 8, 1, 2, 4, 7. This is a 3-5 pair by Naked Sudokuage. That is a red 4 or 7, and this is a 1 in the corner. That's a 4. The 1, 7 in this column are in box 1. Going to keep going with the colouring, although I suspect it's not going to be quite as necessary as it was before. That's a 6, that's a 3. This has become a 2 because it's seeing 3 and 1. This one I don't know, and this one I don't know. That 2. This has become an 8. I've done all these southern clues apart from this one. So there's really no little killer clues to help anymore apart from this one where I've got highlighted. Everything else is just going to be basically Sudoku. No, I've got one more colour agreement between those cells to figure out. Oh, 4 is looking across here at a 7. 1. Now I've got 4, and that's on the 14 diagonal. 6 plus 4 needs another 4. And that's going to unwind other things. This has become a 1, that's become a 7. Yeah, this is coming now. So that's the only place for 8 in the final column. Then we've got a 7-9 pair. In fact, we know the order at the top. I happen to get those colours right because those are colours 7 and 9 in the software. I was in the wrong mode. That's really strange. 9, 7, 2, 1, 3. This is a 5-8 pair. We know the order and we know that both are coloured the same. This is 4. That's 6, and we can colour those. And I still haven't sorted out this 1-3 pair. I think that's going to come very soon. Now, this is a naked single 7. It sees 1 and 3 in the column, all the other possible digits apart from 7 in the row. So that is a red 7. That must alternate 3 cells down the line here. And in fact, over here I've spotted that's a 1, so that digit's a 4. This is now not a 1. This is a big old blue 3. And this is a red, whatever it is, a 1. This digit is blue, it's 3. This digit is known, it's 6. This is a 9 in the box. We've got 1 and 5 still to place like that. I think I can do a lot of digits now, and I start with a pair that I can't resolve, but that's a 4. 3, 4, 1, 6, 7, 8. This is a naked 9. That must be 5, that must be 2. The 5 fixes 5 and 3. Let's look across the middle row. 7, 8, 5, 2, 1, 4. 9, 3 or 6 there. I know the colour of 3 or 6. Obviously know the colour of 5. 1 and 4 are red. 3 and 9 are blue. That's a naked 1 in red. Sorry about the noise. This one is 6 or 9, but in the box it is 6, isn't it? Yeah. So that, and then we finish off 3s and 6s. And a 7 here might actually complete the puzzle. Oh, let's just get rid of that pointless line I put in earlier. Right, there we go. 7 here, and we have completed modulus operandi, and we wish Jam and Cheese a very happy birthday. 138 people have solved the puzzle in 10 a day in the last 2 weeks. So delighted to join the group, and thank you very much to Annie for sending that in. We will be back tomorrow with another couple of videos. Thank you for watching as always, and see you then. Bye for now.